So, what's actually happening to our skin as we age? Let's talk about the science of it for a minute because this is the health coach side of my brain that I just can't turn off. Our skin changes naturally as we age. Collagen production changes, elasticity changes, and our skin becomes thinner and drier. Cell turnover changes, and we might retain moisture quite a bit differently. And then there's the accumulated effect of everything our skin has experienced really for decades, especially UV exposure. And women have another major piece of this puzzle, hormones, right? It affects men too, though, let's be honest. As we move through our 30s and our 40s, and eventually for women toward perimenopause and menopause, hormonal changes are going to affect our skin. So you can have a skin care routine that worked beautifully for years and suddenly find yourself thinking, what happened? Why am I dry? Why is this product suddenly not working? Did they change the formula or do something different? Or why is my makeup not looking good anymore? Or why does my skin just feel so different? And I want you to hear this. Maybe your skin isn't suddenly bad, and maybe the product you've been getting didn't change its formula. Maybe your skin has different needs now. And that's a completely different way to look at it. Instead of standing in the mirror and asking, what's wrong with my face? What if we started asking, what does my skin need from me in this season of my life? And I love that question because that's how I want to approach health too. Not what do I hate about my body, but what does my body need from me? Skincare doesn't have to start with a $100 serum. Here again is where the nutritionist in me and the skincare loving woman in me have to agree on something. You can't completely separate skin health from the rest of your health. I want to be careful here. I'm not telling you that drinking enough water is going to erase your wrinkles. It isn't. And I'm not going to tell you that eating one particular food is going to magically give you perfect skin. That's not how biology works. But skin exists inside the same body we're trying to take care of. It just has us all wrapped up. So yes, nutrition matters. Adequate protein matters. Healthy dietary patterns matter. So things like sleep, stress management, movement, hydration, not smoking, and protecting ourselves from excessive UV exposure, like not getting too much sun. It matters. Then skincare, it comes alongside those things, inside and outside. It's actually one of the things I want to explore more deeply throughout this series because I don't want to just chase beautiful skin. I want healthy aging. I want energy. I want strength. I want to feel good. I want to keep doing the things that God puts in front of me. And yes, I'd also like my skin to look really nice while I'm doing them if I can. I think we're allowed to want both. So, the most boring anti-aging advice that we have to go over, may be one of the most important. We're going to talk about something that isn't nearly as glamorous as face oils and beautiful serums. It's sun protection. It's one of the things that is so easy to overlook when we're buying skincare. We'll spend money trying to improve the appearance of aging while continuing to expose our skin to one of the major contributors to visible premature aging. UV exposure can contribute to wrinkles, changes in pigmentation, and a lot of other visible signs of just photoaging. So it's one, well, I'd say it's why sunscreen belongs in a conversation about aging skin. I keep looking over here because I have my sunblock here. This is where JAFRA surprised me again because I actually have the sunscreen from the Royal Defy line. This is it. If you want to see it up close, it's a little bit blurry. I hadn't really made it a star of the series yet. But the more I've learned, the more I think this might be one of the most important steps sitting in my bathroom on the counter because I'm not just trying to treat what has already happened to my skin. I want to protect it going forward too. And there's something about that mindset that I really like. I'm not trying to freeze myself at 39. I'm caring for 49-year-old Rebecca too. And then 59-year-old Rebecca. And then 69-year-old Rebecca. I'm doing something today that hopefully she will be glad I did for her. And that feels much more like health to me. So let's actually go through my routine. I've talked enough, so I want to just show you. The thing to start with is cleansing. You got to remove your makeup. So use a makeup remover if you're putting on or you've had on makeup, or like a remover wipe. I like those. And then you're going to cleanse. You know, one thing I'm learning is that I don't want my skin feeling completely stripped after cleansing, especially as my skin ages. I want it to be clean but comfortable. And that is why I love the Royal Jelly Defy products. And this rich cream cleanser is very nourishing, very hydrating. Even the cleanser itself feels moisturizing for your face. So you're going to love this product. Next would be the Defy Active Firming Serum. This stuff is great. I've talked about it before. And rather than rushing through this, I've been trying to make this part of my skincare ritual, which I've mentioned, not some giant elaborate experience. I'm a mom. We all are living life. People need to get things done. But just a few minutes where I'm intentionally taking care of myself. And this serum is part of it because it's very cool, very calming, very hydrating. And it feels like a fresh drink of water for my face. It feels so nice. So you're going to love this serum as well. I think there is something, women are really bad about sometimes. Like we like to care for everybody else, right? Kids, spouses, parents, friends, work, coworkers, the house, the dog. Everybody gets put on the list and somehow we're at the bottom. And then we're shocked when we're exhausted. So this is tiny, but it's mine, right? This is my one thing and I can just do it for myself each evening. And I guess, yeah, it's going to make my face look nicer too, but it's for me. All right, next would be the Defy Lift Express eye treatment. I really like this stuff. The skin around our eyes is one of those places where a lot of us first start noticing changes, right? You know what I'm talking about, like right through in this area here. And you want to be gentle because this area goes through a lot. So when I put this on, I'm not pulling and rubbing aggressively. It's why it even comes with this little applicator tip. It makes it easier to put it on and then smooth in the cream really gently on and around your eyes. These lines are not an emergency. I have smiled, I've laughed, I've cried, I've squinted when I should have been wearing sunglasses. My older sister, I mentioned another time, Angela, she tried to teach me to wear sunglasses and I'm just not good at remembering to grab them. But I've lived and I'm not ashamed of that. I just want to take care of the skin that's been along for the ride through all of it. So I also have this face oil that I would use next. This is the Defy Antioxidant Oil. And I love what oils can add to a routine when skin is feeling like it needs that extra nourishment and softness. This is what I want you guys to remember. You don't have to need every product that I'm showing you. So please don't watch this and think I'm saying that you need all of this, or Rebecca says I need 7 JAFRA products. No, I'm just showing you what I have and I'm testing it and I'm documenting it and I'm learning about it and I'm letting you watch and your skin might need something different. If you're only 20 or 25, this is not the product for you. If you are 40, but you have taken such good care of your skin for always, you may not be ready for this product yet. There's different levels of product that women need and men at different phases of their own skin journey. So keep that in mind. But I'm documenting my particular products that I'm currently using, and I'm letting you watch. Like I said, your skin might need something completely different from mine, but the process of cleansing and adding and hydrating and nourishing generally can be carried from line to line, regardless of which one you're using. So next, we've got the 4D Defining Hydrator. I love this stuff. This one is where I really want that comfortable, moisturized feeling. One of the things that happens as skin becomes drier is that fine lines become more noticeable, and moisturizer can temporarily plump that outer layer of the skin. And it's going to make some of those lines appear softer. That's not reversing your biological age, that's hydration. And I think we need more honesty like that in skincare. I don't need someone promising me that I'm going to wake up tomorrow looking 20 years younger. No, that's not going to happen. I want to know, what can this realistically do for my skin? That's what I care about. And I'm telling you, this stuff is great. If you're interested, look in the description below for ordering. All right, sunscreen. I want to talk again about it. This step I'm becoming increasingly serious about. You should do it, especially if you're using skincare because you care about visible aging. This deserves a place in your routine if you're going to be out in the sun throughout the day. And I think this is probably something I should have appreciated more when I was younger. But isn't that how life works? At 20, you're thinking about what your skin looks like today. Approaching 40, I'm thinking about what it's going to look like 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And honestly, I like that reality. Like that that's wisdom I didn't have when I was younger. Maybe we don't actually want to be 20 again. So this brings me to something I've been thinking about. Women are constantly being sold the idea that we should want to look 20 again, that we should look 20 again. But do I actually want to be 20 again? I don't think I do. There are things that I miss about being younger, of course, but I know myself better now. You know, I've been through things. I've raised children. I have 7 of them, 3 of which I actually grew and gave birth to, but I've raised 7. 4 have flown the nest and 3 still at home. I've also had health struggles, and I've had moments where life looked like nothing I expected. I've learned what matters to me, and I've learned more about my creator, about God. I've learned more about my body. I've learned more about other people, just people in general. I've learned that some of the things that I used to think were incredibly important really aren't. And, you know, some things that I barely thought about when I was young are incredibly important. There are things about the woman I am becoming that I wouldn't trade for younger skin. So maybe the goal is not to stay young. Maybe the goal is stay alive inside your own life. Stay curious, stay healthy, stay strong, stay engaged. Keep learning, keep loving, keep taking care of yourself, keep becoming, and let your face come with you. Let's talk about Esther. I love talking about Esther because she embraced beauty and preparation in such a remarkable way. If you've watched this series, you know Esther has Just become a part of this journey for me. Esther or Hadassah. Esther and Hadassah are the same person, just two different names, has always been meaningful to me. And there's something about her story that fits this conversation so beautifully. Before Esther stepped into this enormous moment in her life of having to approach the king who was her husband, but it was illegal for her to go to him without being summoned, and she needed to go to him to make a request. Before that moment, she prepared. And scripture actually tells us that physical preparation and beauty treatments were part of that season. I've always found that fascinating because beauty itself isn't presented as evil. But Esther's beauty also wasn't the source of her ultimate worth. Her courage mattered. Her wisdom mattered. Her faith mattered. Her willingness to act, it mattered. Her purpose, it mattered so, so much. And that's the balance that I want for myself and for you, my friend, for both of us. I don't want beauty to become our identity, but I also don't need to pretend that beauty has no value to me. I can care about my appearance without worshiping it. I can take care of my body without making my body my God. I can appreciate beauty without fearing every sign of aging. I can. I really think I can. I can care for myself because I believe what God has given me is worth caring for. And to me, that's stewardship, which we're called to. Maybe preparation looks different at 40. And maybe that's part of what this season is. Preparation. At 20, preparation looked one way. At almost 40, it looks different. Maybe preparation means taking my health more seriously. Maybe it means taking better care of my skin. Maybe it means protecting my body instead of constantly pushing it or punishing it. Maybe it means learning when to rest and when it means becoming stronger is called for. Maybe it means taking care of myself now because I want to be capable of whatever God asks me to do later. I don't know exactly what that next 20 years of my life is going to look like. Neither do you. But I want to arrive there having cared for the woman who's going to live them. She's here. She's in this camera. She's talking to you and you're looking at me. You're watching me. You are her or him if you're a guy. This is the only body that we get, my friends. It's the only skin, the only face, the only teeth, what fingers, hair, whatever. We're not getting another one. If you're over 30, start here. If you're watching this and your skincare suddenly isn't working the way it used to, please don't panic. Please don't go buy 15 products tonight. Start simple. Protect your skin. Use sunscreen. And if you're not using the JAFRA Defy sunscreen, make sure you're using one that is intended for your face, that's gentle on your face. The skin on your face is more delicate than the rest of your body. Be gentle with it, even if you're not using JAFRA. I mean, if you want to use these, great. Link below in the description. But if not, find one that is good for you and available and affordable. Okay. After you use sunscreen, cleanse gently. Your skin doesn't need to feel stripped to be clean. So use a gentle cleanser, which is why I do recommend a makeup remover and then a restoring gentle cleanser if you've used makeup also. So use both. Moisturize, especially if you're noticing dryness. Identify what actually bothers you though, not what TikTok says should bother you. Maybe it's dryness, maybe it's pigmentation, or maybe it's texture. Maybe it's fine lines, maybe it's firmness. Maybe your skin is perfectly fine and you just want to keep it that way and then be consistent. That's the boring secret of almost everything in health. One healthy meal will not transform your body. It doesn't. I'm a health coach, a nutritionist. I know this. It takes more than one good meal. One workout doesn't make you strong. It's probably just going to make you sore. One night of good sleep doesn't fix chronic exhaustion or sleep issues. Mm-mm. And one night of skincare, it's going to feel nice. It will, but it doesn't transform your face. It's what we repeatedly do that's important. So the mirror challenge, I want to leave you with something different today. Tonight, go look at yourself in the mirror. And before your brain starts doing that thing that we as women and men do, don't count the wrinkles. Okay? Don't pull your skin back. Look, if I don't smile, look how young I look. But then it goes away. And then I smile and you get the wrinkle and the wrinkle and right? I don't want you to like do this in a negative way. Don't pull your skin. Don't try to hide your pores. Don't compare yourself to someone else. If your phone is like on the counter in front of you, don't have someone else there. Just look at yourself. Just really look. Okay. Instead of asking, how can I make her look younger? Ask, how can I take good care of you? Yeah, that's what I want you to ask. Maybe you need better skincare, maybe sunscreen, maybe better nutrition. Ooh, maybe more sleep tonight, maybe movement, maybe a doctor's appointment that you've been avoiding. Let's be honest, if that's the case. Maybe just 10 minutes of quiet time. Whew. Sometimes, maybe prayer or laughter. Maybe you need to stop talking to yourself in a way that you would never talk to your daughter. If you have a daughter or a sister or a best friend, would you say it to her? Maybe she needs to hear you are still worth taking care of. Not because you're young, not because you're beautiful, not because you're thin or healthy or an influencer. It's not because you've accomplished everything you wanted to accomplish, but because you're you. You exist. God created you. Done. Period. You exist. You're worth it. And that is why skincare belongs on You Are Worth It Health. Because ultimately, this isn't about a jar. It isn't even about JAFRA. It's about learning to care for ourselves, our health, our bodies. Our skin is part of that. Our minds. That's why I write books. I have 2 published books. Find them in the link below if you're interested. Our spiritual lives, the whole person, because you really are worth it. I believe it. I know it. And I hope that when you're 40, 50, 60, 70, let's try to make it to 80 and beyond. You don't look back and you just don't. Don't look backward and spend your life wishing for the woman that you used to be. I hope you keep becoming somebody that you're excited to meet with some wrinkles, with some stories, with some wisdom, and hopefully some really moisturized skin too, because nobody is going to protect her or him. Your future self only has your current self looking out for them. If you're an adult, you need to take care of yourself. Advocate for yourself. You are your advocate. I have a daughter that's 13 that's adopted, and I love her. I adore her, and she's wonderful. We adopted her from foster care, and we had to go through quite a process in order to do that. Anyone living in the United States that knows the United States foster care system, it is where it's the program that cares for children who are unhoused or their parents were not capable. And when parents are permanently no longer able to bring their children back into their home, they become available for adoption. And we adopted our daughter from there when she was only about 11. And one of the things that we were asked and trained for and had to take a couple classes for and had to sign off with a witness that we were willing to be her advocate because she didn't have anyone else. And if the state was going to give her to us, they were stepping out of the picture. They were no longer going to be there to take care of her. So we had to promise as her adoptive parents that we would advocate for her. And we did. And we have her and we love her. So here's what I'm asking of you. Will you advocate for yourself? To advocate means to protect, to care for, to take care of, to find the help and the support that's needed, to make sure what is needed then is done again and again and again. Will you advocate for yourself? There is nobody else to do it. You have to do it, my friend, and you can. I know you can. So in closing, my call to action for you today, if you're enjoying this JAFRA journey with me, make sure you're subscribed. I forget to remind people, but subscribe because we're going to keep going deeper. And I want to explore more of the products. I want to look at the ingredients and I want to talk about what actually happens to women and men's skin as we age, but especially for women. And I want to explore nutrition and skin health, hormones, lifestyle, healthy aging. And I want to continue documenting my own skin so that we're not just talking about what these products claim to do, but we're watching. And if you've been using JAFRA for years, especially if you've been using it for 10, 20, 30, or 50 years, please tell me in the comments. I want to hear your story. Oh, and if there's a particular JAFRA product that you want me to try on in an upcoming episode, tell me that too, and we can talk about it and learn about it together. If you'd like to try JAFRA yourself, like I mentioned, I'll put my mom, Patricia Bergstrom's consultant link in the description below. That's where I get my products. You can order it directly through her. There's no pressure. They're simply to help it be easier for you and to help you actually get the products. If you're interested in the health side of what we talk about, my website is youareworthithealth.com. The letter U, the letter R, worthithealth.com. And you'll find a link and for my books in the description below. Remember this, wherever you are in your journey, you don't have to fight aging. And you don't have to give up on yourself either. Take care of the woman or the man that you are today and start preparing for the person that you're becoming. Embrace it because your future self is worth it too. You're worth it, my friend. I'll see you guys in episode 8.